Hi, my love muffins. My room is such a disaster and I just can't even care right now. Oh my god. Guys, I was gonna start off by saying this retrograde has been fucking ridiculous, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say instead, let's talk about books, okay? Because books make everyone happy. Hi, Gabriella. I don't have my glasses on. So this video is going to be a lot of fun as I try to read comments and read book titles, and I can't see. I'm really excited. Hi, Amber and Nickelbread. What a fun name, Nickelbread. I love that. So I want to talk to you guys about books. Hi, Kelly. About some books. And Caitlin and Alfred. Hey, hey. Because we all know that I am a lover of the books, and I haven't read anything in a little while. Good evening, Teresa. Haven't read anything in a hot minute, and well, as you guys may or may not have known, I really got into the Mortal Instrument books, which are these. They start with A City of Bones, and then there are 6 of them, and then I moved on to, here, I'll just take you with me. I don't know why I'm not taking you with me. So I started off with the City of Bones series, or Mortal Instruments, and then I moved on to the Clockwork series, but I did not finish the 6th book because apparently you need to read this series before you read the 6th book in this series. So I read these 5, then I jumped to the prequel series, which is The Infernal Devices. Absolutely fucking adored them. Like, I almost think I liked them a little bit more than these. But now I really need to move on to this book, and I just don't have it in me to do it yet. And I don't know why, because I was super excited to finish these so that I could wrap it all up in here. And I don't know if that's happened to you guys, where you just really need to finish a series and it was getting so good and you just I just don't feel like it. So I haven't finished it. Instead, you guys helped me pick, and hey to everybody that just popped on, I see you all. You guys helped me choose Finale, the 3rd, I think it's the final book, I would assume so from the title, Finale. But this is the 3rd book in the Stephanie Garber series, Caravel. You do have to read Clockwork Princess before the City of Heavenly Fire, and that's what I did. I read the first 5 books in the Mortal Instruments, then I went through and read Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess, and then I'm going back to read City of Heavenly Fire, which is here. I just don't feel like it yet. I was really excited about it, and then I finished it, and I'm like, wow, I've read 8 books in this series, and I need to go do other things so that I can come back excited. No, you're good. You're totally good. So what I did instead is you guys helped me pick. I had Caravel, or the 3rd book in Caravel, picked out, and I had a Stephen King book on my Instagram. If you guys aren't on my Instagram, it's Pyper's Hollow. And I have the link usually in my description somewhere. But you guys picked this, and I was really, really excited about it. So I read it in like a few days and adored it. Like, I just, each of the Caravel books, it goes Caravel, Legendary, and Finale, get better and better with each book. And so I finished this last night, and now I have a hole where my heart should be, because I finished the series and I don't think there's gonna be another one. So now I'm like, now I have to take it and go put it up with my other books and just let it sit there because it's over. So I'm like, okay, well, now I want something else. I want something else. I don't think I'm quite ready to read City of Heavenly Fire. Hang on, wait. Have you read anything by Terry Pratchett? His books are hilarious, easy reads, and he writes magical fantasies. I have not. Oh, I was going to write it down, but I can look back in the comments. I have not. I actually haven't heard, maybe I've heard of that author. You'll have to give me some titles of books, because I don't know if I don't know. But I don't think I have any of his books, his books. The Last of the Fire Drakes, the Avalonian Chronicles. Ooh. I'll have to look into that. But what I'm kind of looking for is books that I have here, because if you guys have noticed, and I may not have noticed, I have a grand library of books waiting to be explored, but I just keep going out and buying more instead of reading what I have. So I'm going to try to find something here that I feel like reading, because I know that there are a lot of gems here. There's a ton of gems here. It's just whether or not I feel like getting into them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, wow, you guys are probably getting sick. Sorry, I'm moving you around a lot. So yeah, finale's over. I'm kind of dying. So that's a thing. So that's got to go up here. So basically, I have to figure out, whoa, what is your preferred genre? Well, kind of fantasy, kind of young adult. I really like there to be like a romance in it, but not like, I don't want it to be a romance. So like, for example, I loved the court books. Court of Thorns and Roses, Mist of Fury, Wings and Ruin. It had like the fantasy, fairy, fae, magic element to it. But there was also some badass romance that was in it too. Like, I liked that shit. Same thing with Caraval. The story was amazing. Like, the characters were amazing. The romances were freaking awesome. Twilight is always a good filler for a book hangover, which is true. But I feel like, and I used to reread Twilight all the time, but with the books that I've read lately, I feel like I don't know if I could get into Twilight because it's not as deep as a lot of the books that I have currently gotten into. I don't know about these. I don't know if you guys have ever read anybody? Has anybody ever read The Beautiful Creatures? Because I got this whole thing for super cheap, and I know people really like them, but I don't know anything about them. I just know that I got them on Book Outlet and had to have them. So those are here, if anybody's ever read them and wants to tell me about them. See, Kelly, I saw your video a while back about Stalking Jack the Ripper. Oh my god. So Stalking Jack the Ripper, and then you're just about to read Prince Dracula, and then the next one is Escaping Houdini, which doesn't sound as fun, but it actually was very good. And, wait, the 4th book in the series, Capturing the Devil, comes out September of this year, and I'm really excited, but it's also the final book in the series, which makes me sad. But since you're about to read the Prince Dracula one, when you're done with that, there's a little novella that's coming out about Thomas, July 17th, so next week, and it's in ebook format, and it's 99 cents, so that's a real thing. So that will be a nice little surprise. Anyway, so I kind of forgot about these. Let's all look together, because we're doing a library chat. I've read the first one. It's good. Yeah? What is it? What is it? Do you have the Lunar Chronicles? Is that Cinder? Because I think I have Cinder. Hang on, let me put you here so I can get this out. I think I have Cinder and ebook, and I started reading it a while ago. I just never finished it. Okay. Give this to fans of Stephanie Meyer's Twilight or HBO's True Blood. Oh, bitches. Oh, let's see what this is. Lena something is unlike anyone the small southern town of Gatlin has ever seen, and she's struggling to conceal her power and a curse that has haunted her family for generations. But even with the overgrown gardens, murky swamps, and crumbling graveyards of the forgotten South, the secret cannot stay hidden forever. I love shit about the South. Alora, where are you, beach? 'Cause come on now. Ethan Waite, who has been counting the months until he can escape from Gatlin, is haunted by dreams of a beautiful girl he has never met. When Lena moves into the town's oldest and most infamous plantation, Ethan is inexplicably drawn to her and determined to uncover the connection between them. In a town with no surprises, one secret could change everything. Full of magic. A hauntingly delicious dark fantasy. Ooh, and that's from Cassandra Clare, My City of Bones Beach. Have you read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Okay, so you guys are going to laugh at me because I'm a Harry Potter nut. I own Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It is, here. I own it here. I have it right here. But I have not read it. If you like Twilight, then you should check out Vampire Diaries. I love Vampire Diaries. That is a thing. I do. I love Vampire Diaries. Beautiful Creatures. Beautiful Creatures. I might have to look into that a little bit more, because sometimes I come down here and I just look at my books, and you know, I've seen that down here a couple times and it just kind of grabbed me, but there's 4 of them. So like that's another series, which I like series, because usually it's very rare that you can get a single book that you can get everything that I'm looking for in, and it's a single book and not a series. Wait, which one? I love that book. Are you talking about, oh, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Was it good even though it was written in play format? You know what I mean? Because like, sorry guys, I know the lighting in here is not great, but I'm trying to, oh, maybe I can move you like this. Because yeah, I haven't read it yet, and it's a thing that I want to read. I know some people loved it, some people hated it, and I also know it's in play format. My 18-year-old daughter loves the Beautiful Creature series. I've only seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. It really takes you into their world. Well, perfect. Well, that's good to know that that's there. That's a thing. That's a real thing. Thank you for that, because I own that book and it's there. There's also the Vampire Academy books that Alora really wants me to get into, that she has bought me all the books for, because she loved those. I read it every October and I kind of get burnt out on it. I read it every other October, I kind of get burnt out on it. Ooh, so it's like a fall, like spooky kind of read. Like not spooky, but like the ambiance. I liked it, but I had a harder time getting into it because of the way it was written. Had it been written like the rest of the Wizard. Oh yeah, I know. I wish that she would have turned the Harry Potter, the Cursed Child, into an actual novel instead of, I don't know what that means. Somebody just wrote something and I don't know what that means. Okay, so I know this video is all over the place, and it's going to be all over the place because I've had a day. So yeah. So Beautiful Creatures, that's kind of standing out to me. Patches, cut it out. I also thought about, okay, has anybody read these? Hang on. These, the Red Queen and the Glass Sword. I think that there's like 2 or 3 other ones. There's like 4 or 5 in the series, I want to say. Has anybody read these? Because I heard these were really good, but I don't really know if it's going to be like my cup of tea. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. That's the thing. I thought about these because I have them, because I got them from Book Outlet, and I got both of these for like $10 or something ridiculous, and they were still in the, like, come on. Literally, they came to me for $10 because there was a rip in the, here. You can't even see it. Like, I don't even care. I don't care. I don't even care. Okay, well, let's see. Like, what else is there? There's, well, I thought about, because Scythe is an option. Sounds super interesting. Do you have Vicious by V.E. Wait, I have something by V.E. Wow. I just got a couple new things that I can't find. I probably came down here and stuck them on my shelf, and now I don't know where they are, but I heard that they were very good. Hang on. Hang on a minute. I don't even know where else I would have put them. A Girl of Fire and Thorns. I don't know what that is, but it's here. There are so many, like, there's so many good books here that, was it this? These. Is this V.E. Schwab? No, this is Victoria. This is a different one. These were another ones that I was recommended. This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet. I don't know if anybody's heard of those, by Victoria Schwab. She said V.E. Schwab, and I was like, ooh. But those are ones that that somebody recommended to me, and they are there. Finale. I gotta put Finale in its place. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. There's so many. There's so many things. Like, look at all these. like, all the shit that freaking Alora's got me, like Handmaid's Tale, I really want to read. Pax, sounds adorable, I want to read it. Hang on, there was a good one down here that I wanted to read. The Hazelwood. Has anybody read? Ooh, and The Wicked Deep. I forgot about that one. Wait. What about these? Has anybody read these? The Hazelwood and The Wicked Deep. The Wicked Deep, I think, has to do with, witchcraft and curses and good stuff. Hazelwood. I remember reading what it was about, but I can't stay away from the, oh yeah, the accent season is a good, oh, I heard about that. Hi, oh, hang on, you guys are, there you are. Are you a part of the Looking Glass Wars? Are those a part of the Looking Glass Wars? I think so. You're talking about the Red Queen? I think so. It's like the Red Queen, the Glass Sword, the King's Crown, or something, or the glass, I don't know. I'm gonna take notes into reading fantasy. I'm more into horror and suspense. That's the same lady? It is! Wait. No, V.E. Schwab and Victoria Schwab, are they the same people? Like, why would she do that? Why would she say, hi, I'm V.E. Schwab on these books, but I'm Victoria Schwab on these books? That's not nice. I hate when people do that. Can I ask, do you curse others? I don't. I'm gonna have to rewatch this and write all these down. Get the Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. So you can't really read the Book of Life until you read, oh my god, Discovery of Witches. There's like the Discovery of Witches, something, something, and then the Book of Life. I think it's like the third book in the series. So I have the first one, and I read like halfway through it, and it didn't draw me in like everybody else. It did for everybody else, but I'm hoping to rewatch it. Oh my god. To try reading it again because people really seem to love it. Maybe I just missed something years ago when I tried it. V.E. is her adult stuff. Victoria is her young adult. Oh, no shit. What's that witch book you're holding? This one? The Wicked Deep? Oh, shut up. My daughter also loves The Looking Glass Wars. She's pretty much shoved the first one on my face and told me to read it. Did you read it? There is a TV show, which is why I think people are getting into the Discovery of Witches, because people are dying over the TV show. I'm kind of I don't know though, because Beautiful Creatures is like, I wish that some of you guys could tell me that you read all 4 of them, because I think that there's like a companion novel. There's like Beautiful Creatures, and then there's like Dangerous Creatures, and there's like a whole, there's like Beautiful Creatures, Beautiful Darkness, Beautiful Chaos, Beautiful Redemption, but then there's a whole nother series that's like dangerous, like Dangerous Creatures, Dangerous something or other. I loved The Wicked Deep. Oh, good to know. Is that a Potter shirt? It is. It says, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. What house are you? I think you said Hufflepuff. Okay, so if I had to be put in a house, it would probably be Ravenclaw, but I like Gryffindor because of the movies. So I think that I went on years ago and took the quiz and figured out what I was, and I think that I was mostly Ravenclaw. But I'd have to retake it and figure it out because I don't know for sure. I like Gryffindor because I love the people that are in Gryffindor. But for me personally, I would resonate the most with Ravenclaw. This isn't a book question, but have you worked with your Dragon Tarot deck you got? I worked with it a little bit, but I haven't even been able to work on my own. So one of my really good friends is, if you guys know or maybe don't know, I can't remember if I've said anything, but Two of Owls is Chase. He is teaching me tarot, and I've literally had 1 session with him, and I should be on like session 6 because life has just gotten insanely busy. So I haven't even been able to play with my own tarot cards that I'm using to do the class, or like I worked on call today, and I'm like, whew. Anyway, so I haven't got to work with my Dragon Tarot deck as much yet. Old Kingdom series by Garth Nix. I think you have actually told me that before. I remember because I wrote it down. That book is so good. Which one, Willow? Willow, where'd you go? That book is so good. Which one is so good? Are you talking about the Old Kingdom series? I didn't think the show was as good. Oh, are you talking about... You must be talking about Discovery of Witches. I bet that's what you're talking about. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Lovely Bones. Lovely Bones is here. I've been told that I have to read this. I don't know. I got it for $1 because I love the used bookstore. But I'm not really feeling that. I'm not really feeling it. Man Called Ove. If nobody's read that, I know it's Ove, but I don't care. I'm gonna call him Ove because I'm American and I fuck up all names ever that ever exist. And if you haven't read it, you should read it because it is fantastic. And I don't care who you are, you will love it. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. No, I'm just kidding. No, but really. What about Six of Crows? Six of Crows. Hold on. I feel like I have Six of Crows. Maybe, no, what? Maybe I don't have Six of Crows. Maybe I have... I do! Shut your whore mouth. I do. See, I just like get things off of websites when they go on sale that I know that I'm supposed to read because they're really good. And then I just put them on my shelf. And then I forget I own them. And then there's literally books here that I have multiple copies of because I find them on sale again. I'm like, ooh, I should buy this. And I get home and then I already have it. So I also had Dr. Pepper, hence the talking really fast. Okay, hang on. Pretty Girls is good. Wait, I think I own that one too. I do. Yeah, I want to see what some of you guys are saying. Lovely Bones is good. Pretty Girls is good. The Lovely Bones is kind of disturbing, heartbreaking, crazy twist. I just read that book if you can't tell. Ooh, read it right now. Read which one right now? This one? Six of Crows? Pretty Girls? Lovely Bones? What are you talking about? We just talked about like 3 different books in like 40 seconds. Oh, Jesus. Six of Crows. Six of Crows. I keep reading the, oh, I love it. Like the page, look at, I mean the pages are, but like look at the, oh my god, it's black. That's so nifty. I don't know. I keep reading about Six of Crows and it just doesn't sound interesting, which I know is stupid. But it doesn't sound interesting, but people are like, no, it's amazing, you need to read it. But it's here, and I have it. When a bunch of bookheads get together, it's true. Six of Crows, yes. Okay, so there's that. I have Pretty Girls, which I forgot I have. I've been told that Pretty Girls is good. There was another one that people said was really good, and I probably don't own it. It was something with this. Oh, I think it was by Karen Slaughter. It was another one of her books that was like really creepy. I couldn't put down Pretty Girls. I stayed up late finishing it. Oh, I love books like that. I love books like that. Oh, wow, guys. Sorry. My bad. How to Hang a Witch. If you guys have never read that. Have you read Fahrenheit 451? I have not, actually. I have not. Oh my god. I don't know what I have. Sorry. I've got like a bug bite and it is ridiculous. Here's another one that if you guys haven't read, I think I've told you guys, How to Hang a Witch and The Haunting of the Deep. You should read them because you just should, and it does have a romance in it, and I can't, but it's basically takes place in Salem. There's this young girl who moves to town, realizes that like most of the kids there form this little group because they all are descendants of the original people that were involved in the Salem witch trials, whether it be the people that were actually descendants of the Salem witches or people that were descendants of the people that tried and killed the Salem witches. And so she comes into it as a descendant of someone, and everybody kind of like loses their shit, and then they realize that, like, or I think she realizes, she comes into these powers to where she's like an actual descendant of one of the actual witches, and there's a ghost that comes in, and I can't. It is the only book in my entire life where there's been a romance between a human and a ghost, and I'm like, I want a ghost boyfriend. But they're very, very good, because they sound like they'd be really juvenile, but they were very good, and I enjoyed them very much. Have you read Witches of New York? I have not, Jen. Oh my god, I don't know where this is. Okay, so where do you buy all these books on sale? Do you have a website online? Okay, so let me tell you where I buy my books, because I try to support local. I have a local bookstore that I love, but we are all not made of money. I want a ghost boyfriend. No, really, like, after I read that book, I was like my Potho's upstairs named Elias. His name is Elias after the ghost in this book. Like, okay. So anyway, book places. If you're in the United States, Thrift Books is a used book place where I get a lot of my books, and Book Outlet is a place where I get a lot of my books. Thrift Books, if you spend over $10, you get free shipping. Book Outlet, if you spend over $35, you get free shipping. And they are both really good. I do most of my shopping on Thrift Books because they are usually a little bit cheaper, but if you go onto Book Outlet, if I want to do a bigger order, their website is organized better. They usually have way more in stock than Thrift Books does, and they have like a scratch and dent section, which is literally where I got my these. I got these from the scratch and dent section because of the tiny little rip up I showed you up here that doesn't really exist. I think I got these for $10 or $15, I can't remember. And I also got this from the scratch and dent section, and I got this whole thing for I think 20 bucks, so it was like $5 a book, which was kind of ridiculous, especially since it was originally 50. So I get a lot of stuff from Book Outlet. I just don't go on there as much because I know when I go out there I usually spend at least $50, but I will get $50 and then I will get like a fucking box full of books. So I love both of those websites. And then I have a store that's like an hour away that they're only open on the weekends, and they are a used bookstore that I will go to. I've ordered on Thrift Book, but I have to check out Book Outlet. Please check out Book Outlet because they're great, and their website is awesome. Would Kevin be jealous of your ghost boyfriend? Maybe Kevin would join. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. And you're welcome, Kelly, because I love sharing where you can get cheap used books, because then you can have a library. You can have a library. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Beautiful Creatures, but I'm going to have to look up. I don't know about you guys, but like when I am going to get into a series or a book in general, I will usually look up like Goodreads reviews and then Amazon reviews, and I look up what people say about it before I read it. Read the first chapter and see how it feels. I do. It usually takes me a couple chapters. Like, I will give a book a couple chapters to really get me. I'm going to tell you one book that I hated, and it made me really sad. Hang on. I'm going to show you, because if you guys did not know about me, I am a Beauty and the Beast. Like, Beauty and the Beast is my jam. And, I read this. It's not that one. Where the fuck did it go? This. I hid it back here because... So this is called Beast, A Tale of Love and Revenge, and it's basically like a retelling of Beauty and the Beast from the Beast's perspective, and kind of tells you what happens to him, and like it kind of changes the end of the story. Like it changes. It's like it's a retelling, but it's from Beast's perspective. And it could have been wonderful, and it just never got there. I finished the whole book waiting for it to get wonderful, and it never got wonderful. I think I gave it a 2 stars. It was really sad. And I know that there are some retellings out there, and I think they're all by the same author that are very, very good, but that is not one of them. Just so you know. I mean, you, the ghost, and Kevin. Do they have a good supply of witchy books on either website? Actually, they do. Well, hold on. I haven't looked on Book Outlet for witchy books, but Thrift Books does have, they do have witchy books, because Alora and I do our book exchange from Thrift Books, and I have sent her witchy books, and she has sent me witchy books. Sometimes they don't have them used on Thrift Books, and so they have them on their new, and a lot of times you can get them new on Amazon for way cheaper than Thrift Books, but if they have them used, they're usually like $3.99 or $5 or something like that, and so that's when they're a good deal. But I don't go on there a ton for witchy books, because usually if I'm going to buy a witchy book, I'm going to buy it new. I don't know why that's a thing. Probably because any of the witchy books I go on there looking for, they never have them, so I just like go get them from my local store or Amazon. But they do have some. I don't know about Book Outlet though, because I have not looked there. There are 20 of you. Yeah, there are 20 of you watching me stand here, rattle on about books in my caffeine high while I'm drinking Dr. Pepper, and it is wonderful. This is a wonderful thing. I don't know. I really should just read City of Heavenly Fire. Like, I should just read it and know that I'm finished with it. You know what I mean? Like, I should just read it, because I'm sure once I start reading it, and if Hayden were here, I'd be getting my ass chewed that my book has, that I haven't started it yet. I don't know. I gotta see this video again to find all these books. You will, because I'm a terrible person and I probably won't write them in the description, because that would mean I would have to rewatch my video to find the books that I mentioned and write them all down. And there are some really good YouTubers that do that, and I'm not one of them, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's true. I'm not. I rarely watch my own videos, except the Witches Be Like video. I watched that bitch like 40 times and laughed at myself every single time. So that one I rewatch. And my rant videos, especially when I was pregnant, my pregnancy rant videos, I rewatch every now and again because they were fucking hilarious. But usually I find myself extremely awkward, so I don't watch myself. I just say, this looks good. Post. This is fine. We just all chit-chatted about books for a while. It wasn't anything fancy. It'll be no big deal. Like my clay videos, I couldn't tell you what's happening. Oh, okay. I have to ask you guys a question. Have any of you read... Well, these are the old school ones. I did find these old school. I have these in the old versions and I have them in the new versions, but... Oh, thanks, Jen. And I'm a good YouTuber. I don't feel like a good YouTuber, but I appreciate it. Okay, no, I did not see Jenna Marbles turn into a disco ball, but that is on my agenda to watch for tonight. Because I love Jenna Marbles more than life itself, so I have not watched it, but I will. I need to know how many of you read the Flowers in the Attic books. There are multiple. There's Flowers in the Attic, Petals on the Wind. Fuck, what are the rest of them? Flowers in the Attic, Petals on the Wind. And then Seeds of Yesterday, something, Garden of Shadows. There's like 4 of them. And then the 5th one, The Garden of Shadows, is a prequel. So I gotta know, for those of you that have read it, for those of you that have not read it, I'm gonna sound psycho, but it's fine because I'm on Dr. Pepper and it's not a big deal. I need to know how many of you were rooting for... Oh God, my phone's dying. How many people were rooting for... Why can't I think of their name? Christopher and Catherine, to get together. And they were brother and sister. Am I the only person that was so happy and so torn the whole series? Like, I'm not going to spoil it, but I need to know if I am the only person that was rooting for a literal blood brother and sister to get together. That's how fucked up. Thank you. Everybody else in this comments like, I was rooting for him too. Oh my god. Like, that series makes you feel like such a trashy human being, but it's so lovely and wonderful and terrible all at the same time. Because basically, if you haven't read it, you need to, so that you can feel like trash like the rest of it. So basically, you have this brother and sister, and there's a younger twin brother and sister. I think it's Kathy and Chris, and then their little brother and sister were also C names, and I can't remember their names. They were twins. I don't remember. Damn it, I don't remember. Chris, Kathy, Carrie. So Carrie's one of the twins, and there was another one. Corey. Fuck yeah, thanks, Jen. So basically, like, oh my god. Their dad dies. It's right away at the beginning, so I'm not spoiling anything. Their dad dies. Their mother takes them to their grandmother and grandfather's house, which is this huge fucking mansion. For some reason, the grandparents hate them. So, like, they lock them upstairs, and the mom, like, comes and visits them all the time. But, like, they don't want children in the house. They don't want messy, like, they don't want anything. Well, the mother kind of, like, slowly stops coming. And the grandmother, like, takes food up to them every once in a while, but kind of she stops coming, and it just becomes like this mind fuck because they're just like trapped in this room with just them for a long time. It's like over a year, I think. Longer, it's years. So Kathy and Chris are like, I think by the time they get out, they're like 16 and 17 or 15 and 16. The twins get sick along the way and stuff happens with them, so they only know each other. They've never been to school. So like they kind of grow attracted to each other because they're the only two that they've ever known as they're going through puberty and they're going through all these changes. And so the rest of the series, like, things happen between them and they feel it's just ugh. And so the rest of the series is like after they get out and grow up, and basically in their adulthood, how they still feel about each other, but they're trying to go out and like get married and do things with other people, but they're still drawn to each other. And it is like such a mind fuck because you just want them together so bad, and you're like, I can't want them together because they're siblings. I can't want this, but it is terrible, but it's so wonderful. And I reread that series many times because it is just so fucked up. Okay, hold on, let me look. Yes, they hate the kids because the mother and uncle or cousin hooked up and got married. It's a family of incest. But I can't even correct you because that's what they want you to think. Have you read Garden of Shadows? Because the Garden of Shadows corrects that and tells you what actually happened, and it's even more fucked up than that. The book sounds traumatizing. It is, but you need to read it. That sounds almost like forbidden. It's incesty too. I gotta read the rest of the series. What's the series called again? So, yes. Okay, Danny, you need to read. Fuck. Where are my things? Where are my things? I wonder if I put them over here. I did! Fucking A, guys. Look. Oh my god. Okay, so. V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic, and Petals on the Wind are the first two. You writing these down? Write them down. V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic, Petals on the Wind. Okay? Okay. Then, If There Be Thorns is the third book. Seeds of Yesterday is the fourth book. All of them go in order. Flowers in the Attic is when they're actually in the attic. All the shit takes place. Petals on the Wind, If There Be Thorns, Seeds of Yesterday, or the remainder of, like, as they're adults and they're growing up and what's happening between them and all of this super fucked up shit. So then there's Danny. This is what I'm telling. Ooh, what bookmark is this? Oh, neat! I found an owl bookmark. Fucking A. Okay. Garden of Shadows. Technically, It's a prequel. I read it after everything was done. You can read it at literally any point. But, Danny, you listening. You need to read this. Because you do think, so yes, the reason in these books that, and it comes out like very, very, at the very beginning of If There Be Thorns, or very close to the beginning, where the mother shunned the daughter, the mother and father shunned their daughter who had the 4 kids because she married her uncle? No, cousin? It was like, married her uncle. But it was like a distant uncle. It was like, they didn't know each other and they fell in love, and so when she brought him home, the parents about shit their pants because, yeah, Jen, uncle. Well, when you read this, dying. Died. Good. So when you read this, this fixes it and tells you why they actually hate their daughter. Not why they hate their daughter. Why everything is so fucked up. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Everybody's blessing me. So I didn't want to read this when I first started it because I was like, because it doesn't take, I mean, it takes place in the past, so it has to do with the grandmother and the grandfather and those two, like their relationship growing up and when they first got married and all of their stuff. And so basically the fucked upness starts with them. You got it. You just gotta read it, okay? You just have to. All of you, you listening, you gotta just get these 5 books right here. You need to get these 5 books. You need to read them, you need to love them, and you need to feel as trashy as I do, because I feel real trashy after reading them. But I just want Kathy and Chris together forever. That's a real thing. Okay. Actually, V.C. Andrews is a really good author, like, in general. Another one, My Sweet Audrina, by V.C. Andrews. Can I read that one first before the series? You can. I think the reason I liked the way that I read it is because I read the whole series, and then you get the revelation from the Garden of Shadows, and you're just like, like you think you know what's going on the whole time, and then you read Garden of Shadows and realize that it was all wrong. So I kind of like feeling that way. So if it were me, I would at least read Flowers in the Attic first, and then I would read Gardens of Shadows. But it is a prequel, so technically it's meant to be read first. But I mean, you're gonna understand a lot more if you. I don't know. It depends on how you like. If you like going into things knowing what's going on, then I would read Garden of Shadows first. If you like reading something and then having a prequel come in and be like, oh my god, this changes everything, and like having bombs dropped on you, then I would read it after, at least after reading Flowers in the Attic. Okay, you sold me. I'll go for it. Go for it. For real. Actually, I might even reread those because they're that good. I have the first 2 of the series, but I haven't read them. You need to read them. Was I the only one that put my place of Kathy during the sex scenes in the book? No. No, I mean, no, because I did. I fell in love with Christopher, and I fell in love with Christopher and Kathy, and then you would get done and you're like, but they're brother and sister. You're like, but the way that V.C. Andrews writes his shit is just ridiculous. His. I think V.C. Andrews is a dude, because I think I said her in a video and somebody's like, hey, V.C. Andrews is a guy, and I was like, my bad. The whole series is written on my leg. Yes. Here's another one by V.C. Andrews that I have read called My Sweet Audrina. It's a standalone book. I highly recommend it. Super mindfuck. It's about this 16-year-old girl who is very sheltered, who's kept at home, whose parents don't let her go out of the house ever. Like, she's spoiled, but she's kept, and they keep telling her that she had a sister, a different Audrina, another Audrina, but she died because of going outside of the house. So now this new Audrina, I know, right? So now she's the new Audrina because her other Audrina sister died. So now like she's Audrina number 2. So they have to protect her. And so it goes through, and then it goes through her sneaking out and meeting these boys. And like this whole revelation happens later on. Like it is such a fucking mind fuck. I think I finished it in 2 days because I couldn't put it down. And that's how V.C. Andrews writes. Hey, quit scratching out there, bitch. Writes all of his books. They're just, there are other ones. There's really good ones. Hang on. Is it Heaven? God, I can't remember what other one I read. I think these are the other 2 that were in a series. Forbidden Sister and Roxy's Story, also both very good. It's what I think it was Forbidden Sisters first. Forbidden Sister is about another story about 2 sisters. The younger one, she's like 16, is kept at home, safeguarded, because her older sister is basically like an escort, a female escort, and so it's basically like, but it's really good. They're all really good. There are other books about the Dollengangers, which are the V.C. Andrews, the Flowers in the Attic books. There's Christopher's Diary, and then I think there's Kathleen's Diary or Kathy's Diary. There's another one of these. I haven't read it, but it's there. I got into collecting V.C. Andrews books for a while because I was like, oh guys. There's another book. There's other books, I have to tell you. And there's one of these books that I literally can't find, and it kills me because I love this author so much. Let me see if I've said anything. I didn't like the movie. Don't watch the movie Flowers in the Attic. Don't watch the movie, just read the books. Have you watched Stranger Things? So I watched the first season of Stranger Things. I have not seen any of the consecutive seasons. Not because I don't want to, because I love the first season. I just have a really hard time committing to sitting down and watching TV, so I have not watched any more Stranger Things. Hang on. Fuck. Where did they go? So Jennifer McMahon. Damn. So there's a book that I love, and I must have lent it out to someone. Jennifer McMahon is a goddess of an author, and I love her. And like the creep factor in her books are just, they're amazing. So The Winter People, super creepy, super amazing. This one, it's hard to even explain it. It's just haunting and creepy and a thriller. I'm trying to even remember how to, like, it's hard to explain. You just I used to have that. I need to get into it again. Yeah, you need to get it again. But there's one, okay, guys. There's one of these books by Jennifer McMahon. It's not Promise Not to Tell. It's not this one. There's a different one. Don't Say a Word. Don't Say a Word or Never Say a Word. It has like a green cover with a little girl on it. God damn it. And I don't know who took it or who I borrowed it to, because this book, I finished reading it when I took Kevin to the dentist. This book was the most fucked up, amazing book I have ever read in my life. She is a good author. She's amazing. Excuse me. So basically, look up Jennifer McMahon, and I want to say it's like, don't speak a word or never speak a word or don't say a word. But it's about this little girl who, well, this town learns of like the fairies. And they tell you not to go into the specific woods at night because there's a way to call the fairies, and the fairies will take you into their world. And like, it's like the whole changeling thing. Well, the little girl finds the land of the fairies, and everybody thinks that she's gone nuts, but I can't say anything else or else I'm gonna ruin it. But it is just like one of the most fucked up books. The ending, like how it's amazing how it all comes out and how it all comes to be, and the story leading up is, you're just like, oh my god, the king of the fairies, like, he loves her, he's who she is. Just like, oh my god, she's in the land of the fairies, how is this even real? And then the ending comes and you're like, What? I thought I was gonna cry and or rip someone's face off. And not in a bad way, like not in that the ending was bad, but the ending was so fucked up in a bad way, but in a good way for reading it. If that makes it was an amazing book. You have to find it and read it. If you read any of Jennifer McMahon's books, read that one first because it's fucking amazing. Where are you guys? You should try T. Greenwood. Ooh, what does T. Greenwood read? Have you read The Lost Boy? Is The Lost Boy the second book in the A Child Called It? Because this may make me screwed up, but when I was in high school, I read A Child Called It so many times that my copy, which is here somewhere, well, here's The Lost Boy. I think my actual copy of A Child Called It literally got ruined because I read it so many times that I think it fell apart. What is down here? I don't even know what some of these books are down here. Anyway, so I had it. I may not have it anymore because I think it fell apart. But I did not read The Lost Boy, actually. Because I don't know why I didn't. I got it with the intention to read it, and I always just kept rereading A Child Called It because I couldn't read A Child Called It anymore. Like, being a mother now, I can't read. I think that's why I couldn't read Baby Teeth. I tried really, really fucking hard. Look, I got halfway through Baby Teeth, and I had to call it quits. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. I can't do stuff like that with kids. It's really hard. You become a mother, and all that shit goes out the window, and I couldn't do it. So I never read A Child Called It again, and I never will. But I have thought about, what's Baby Teeth about? Oof. Ugh. So, Baby Teeth is a thriller, and it's basically about this young girl, who I think she's like 7 or 8. They think that she has mental problems, but she's really smart. But she's never spoken a word. She's never uttered a single word. Nobody knows why. They've taken her to all these doctors, all these therapists. Well, the mother is a stay-at-home mom. Like, she kind of works with the husband. The husband's like he works on houses. He's a designer. And so she kind of works in the office, or she used to work with him, but now with their daughter being the way she is, she stays at home most of the time. And her daughter, like, the daughter absolutely hates their mother, or hates her mother, just hates her. And she does all of this different stuff to torment her, but then when the dad comes home, the mother is just like at her wit's end. Like, she's just like in the bathroom, like scrubbing shit with bleach, and like her hands are bleeding because she just can't take this daughter anymore. Or like she locked her in a room because the daughter just like does all these terrible things to torment people. But then the dad comes home, and the dad thinks that the mom is psycho because he's like, what are you talking about? Why would she ever be that way? Like, she's my little girl. She's my little angel, because she wants to turn the dad against her mother. Well, then she eventually starts talking, but she only talks to her mother, and she says horrible things to her, like, fuck you, I want to kill you, I want you to die. Just like, and the mom tries so hard to be a good mother, but I can also see where she was, where she's like, I could just crash this car, and it would kill her, and it would be the end of it. And you're just like, oh my god, patches cut out. So, they're trying to get her enrolled in school, and she keeps sabotaging that because she wants to stay at home with her mother so that she can torment her, because she eventually wants to kill her mom. And it's just like this terrible the way that it was written, I had to stop reading it. Like, it was one of the few books that I've DNF'd, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I had to stop, and I think it was because of kids. It made me feel dirty. It made me feel like a terrible mother. It made, not that I did any of the things that but it just makes you feel gross and grimy, and I just didn't, I didn't like it, and I don't like to think that there are children out there. It literally almost is written as though she is born like a demonic child. It talks about how she tortures the babysitter. It's a psychological thriller, and I couldn't wait to get it, and I got it for Christmas, and I'll probably never finish it, which makes me sad. Some people loved it though. Like, don't get me wrong, there are people out there that loved it. I personally, for my own personal reasons, will never be able to finish it. I used to love the Saw movies, but when I had my daughter, I just couldn't watch them anymore. Yeah. Welp, that one going on my legs. I had to stop watching Law & Order SVU after a specific kidnapping episode. Yeah, I had baby teeth. I haven't read it, but now I don't know if I will. Do you like audiobooks? I haven't done much with audiobooks. Like, I've downloaded some, but I've never actually listened to them, so I couldn't tell you if I like them or not. Yeah, do you guys remember that episode in Game of Thrones, if any of you watch Game of Thrones, where the little girl was burned at the stake? Like, that episode haunted me for a long time. I mean, having kids just, like, fucks the ass up. I used to be a horror... Oh my god. I literally used to be, like, a horror movie and a horror book fanatic. I loved that shit. And then after getting older and having a kid, that kind of anxiety just sends me over the edge. I just can't do it anymore, which makes me sad because I loved horror movies, and I watch them occasionally, but they're not my forte anymore. It's not my thing. This is also another one that I have been told multiple times to read, which I own now, but I have not read. Ooh, I did love the Exorcist book, audiobook with. Ooh, I'll have to look into that. I do love that book. I have The Exorcist, and I have read it multiple times, and it is so much better than the movie. Actually, oh, that's Immortal Beloved. Not that. Hang on. It's here. Here, look at how old my copy is. The Exorcist. This bitch old. It smells like, it literally smells like an old Bible. Dracula is an excellent audiobook with Tim Curry. Ooh, that would be a good one. My husband's probably like, oh, guys. Did anybody else get super fucked up by this movie, American Psycho? I got so I watched the movie before I read the book. And I watched the movie, and I was so messed up. I was, first of all, I didn't sleep right for weeks. There was particular scenes in the movie that didn't sit well with me. So I didn't sleep, and then I was almost obsessed with how much it fucked me up, that I bought the book so that I could read it and be even more fucked up by the book. And I only got like halfway through, and I kind of stopped reading it because it wasn't as god awful as I felt like the movie, just like the way that you're seeing it. I don't know, usually the books are worse than that, but I don't know, I just felt like I could read it a lot easier than I could watch it for some reason in that way, and it didn't, I don't know, I stopped. I didn't really care. But okay, I should probably go up and see what my husband's doing, because I came down here just to see what, yeah, Christian Bale is a nutcase, but I love Christian Bale. I love his teeth. Literally, that is my favorite feature about Christian Bale, is his teeth. I love his teeth. But I should probably go upstairs, because my husband's probably up there like, where the fuck did my wife go? I went away for like 4 minutes to go get gas and to go get her an ice cream because she's PMSing and she needs chocolate. And I came back and the bitch has been gone an hour. And now we can't relax tonight because bitch is downstairs, and it's like, sorry, babe. I hear him up there talking. Kevin's with his ghost girlfriend. Probably. That's alright. You do you, babe, because I'm going to go get me some Elias. Oh. What is this book? This is another book I got. Look at how creepy it looks. It's called The Creeping. Look at how pretty it is, though. If you hunt for monsters, you'll find them. A haunting, modern-day folktale in the darkest sense of the word. I don't know what it is. Let's look. 11 years ago, Stella and Jeannie disappeared. Only Stella came back. Now all she wants is a summer full of Cove days, friends, and her gorgeous crush until a fresh corpse leads Stella down the path of ancient evil and secrets. Stella believes remembering what happened to Jeannie will save her. It won't. She used to know better than to believe in what slinks through the shadows. Not anymore. I don't know. I think it was another one that I really liked the cover. I'm a sucker for cool color covers. Will literally buy a book if it's got a cool cover. And I think I bought it for like $1, so. Alright. Okay, love muffins. I gotta go. My phone's gonna die anyway, so. Maybe I'll look into the Beautiful Creatures books and see Nosferatu. My husband read Nosferatu, and he was trying to explain to me how completely fucked up it is. Okay. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me for literally over an hour as we just like got drunk on Dr. Pepper and talked about books. This was a lot of fun. We should do this more often because I think it's fun to just like go through books and recommend things and not recommend things. And like, here's another one. Look at this one. I bought this one because of, was it this one I bought because of the cover? There's one of these I bought that was really neat. There was the Chalk Man. But hang on. Hang on. There was one other one. There was a really cool one. Damn it all the fuck. There was a really cool one that I bought. Oh, this. No. This. I bought this one for the cover. Isn't it awesome? I don't even know what it is. I think it sounded interesting. But it was $1 and I'm like, I'm gonna buy this because it looks neat. So, alright. Alright, love muffins. Well, hello to all the people that just got here. Hi, M. Beach. I'm just leaving. What you doing coming all late? But I'll be back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. Hey, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. We're gonna do this again because I think that this was a ton of fun. It's okay. You don't have to say sorry. I was just joking. I just feel like you're at all my chats, and it's fun to see people that are at all my chats. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? I will be uploading this stream. I will be uploading it directly after I get off of here. But we will do this again soon. We will do another library chat where we just sit here and talk about books because it's fun and I love it. And next time I'm going to bring a piece of paper and a pencil so I can actually write down the stuff that you guys recommended to me because that's fun. And I think it's more fun for me to just look through shit and be like, guys, this one though, blah, 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 instead of like having a stack for me to go through because who wants to be that organized? I don't. Okay. Alright, well, I brought this down. I don't think I'm going to be reading it. Why? Watch, I'm probably. Night-night, Nickel Bread. I still love your name. Oh my god, that's amazing. Alright, we'll see what I'm actually going to read. I'm going to go upstairs and look up the Beautiful Creatures, see if I like them, see if people like them, and then I'm going to come back down and I'll probably end up reading City of Heavenly Fire because I'm going to feel guilty if I don't, because that's my life. Okay, I love you guys dearly. Say night-night, books. Night-night, books. Okay, I'll talk to you guys very soon. And if you're not, like I said, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go do it because I will post in my story the book that I end up choosing for the night.